Juana Summers, part of that ping pong match that John referred to was the president talking about what he's not going to do.
And some of the things he said he's not going to do is he won't put boots on the ground, as John said. He's not going to make this another Iraq and Afghanistan.
No prolonged air campaign.
Exactly,
yeah.
but it's important to note that he also said that he's ordered the military units that have been moved in the area, particularly units in the Eastern Mediterranean and the Red Sea, to stay the course, to stay there as they're working on a diplomatic solution. So there's still that kind of shot fired across the bow there to say, we're giving this a good faith effort, but if that doesn't work out, certainly military capability is at the ready.
So over at the Pentagon, they're ready, right? The president said here that they're continuing to prepare for this. What's your sense of what the runway would be for the Pentagon? The president said tonight that the U.S. military doesn't do pinpricks, trying to walk back the idea that this is too small. What's your sense from the Pentagon of how big it would be?
So Defense Secretary Chuck Hagel, Martin Dempsey, the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, have said that the Pentagon is ready to respond if President Barack Obama does imminently order any sort of strike. Now, those options could be as limited as just using targeted cruise missiles to using stealth bombers or other long-range options that they've discussed. And you saw earlier this week the Pentagon to get the order from President Obama to go ahead and expand that range of targets instead of looking at just a very small number to looking at a bigger strike. So they do appear to be prepared, ready for this. They said that they could do it as soon as possible. So there does seem to be a high sense of confidence there.
And when you're talking to them off camera, off the record, is your sense that they think that this strike is probably never going to happen or will eventually happen?
It's very interesting if you watch the evolution at the Pentagon. You've seen early on some skepticism from General Martin Dempsey earlier when responding during his confirmation hearing about the list of targets, potential military intervention in Syria. But I do get a sense from some of my Pentagon sources that they do believe that something could happen. Of course, today's diplomatic talks have may perhaps change the time frame for that. Some of my sources have suggested to me that they believe if a military strike does happen, it won't be until later in the fall, so not something imminent.